Assalamualaikum, my name is Najmuddin Aqil bin Karim, metric number 1180802. So in this video presentation, I will present to you about my selected portfolio. And the first stock that I choose is Malaysian Pacific Industry. Second one is Petronas Chemical. Third, Petronas Gas. Fourth, MyEG, and the last one is Sintex. So with the 100,000 allocated to me, I distribute 20% to each of the company. So this is the stock price and also the historical data for each of the company starting from 4th January until 31st of December. So we can see in this part is the expected return for each of the stocks and also the portfolio return of all the stocks that are invested. And we can see that the portfolio return for all of the stocks I select is 6.98. Okay, so for in this sheet, we find the portfolio optimization by using the Markowitz method. So the first thing we must do is we find the variance and the covariance metric. To find the variance, standard deviation, and also return. So to find the variance, we simply add the variance terms and we get the sum of the variance is 0.008%. So to find the next part, which is the standard deviation, we square root the variance and we get the standard deviation is 0.92%. And for the return, we find the return terms. We simply add all the 5 of the return terms and we get 0.12%. Okay, so in this table we can see the risk-free, beta, risk premium and CAPM for each of the stocks. For risk-free and also risk premium, it is similar to each of the stocks, which is 3.59 for risk-free and 3.46 for risk premium. But for the beta and CAPM, it is different depending on the performance of the stock. And the beta for MPI is 0.19, Petronas Chemical is 1.11, Petronas Gas is 0.9, MyEG 2.04 and Sintex is 0.67. We understand that beta is to understand about the volatility of the stocks, and we can see that beta of 2 of the company, which is Petchem and MyEG, is more than 1, meaning it is volatile. But the rest of the 3 company, it is less volatile compared to the other 2. So for CAPM, MPI is 4.2474, Petronas Chemical is 7.4306, Petronas Gas is 6.704, MyEG is 10.6484 and Sintex is 5.9082. So moving on to the next sheet, which is the stock investment performance, we can see that the value of accounts is 132,660 and the total cost of accounts is 99,977.50 cents. So the difference or the gain that I accumulate throughout 1 year of investment is 32,682.50 cents. So the difference that I accumulate is 32.7%, and we can also see the gain of each stocks, which is the Malaysia Pacific Industry gain is 93.3%, almost 100%. Petronas Chemicals Group Berhad is 23.5%, Petronas Gas Berhad 4.5%, which is the least gain that I receive. MyEG Services 11.3%, and the last one is Sintex, which is the 28.9%. Okay, so for the efficient frontier, we use the solver calculation and we use CAPM for expected return. As we can see that MPI is 4.25%, Petronas Chemical is 7.43%, Petronas Gas 6.7%, MyEG 10.65%, and last Sintex 5.91%. So based on this, we can find the efficient frontier. Alright, so after we put all the expected return into the solver, we get the plotting frontier, and we can see the x-axis is standard deviation and y-axis is expected return. we can see that this plotting have like a C shape. And for your information, the upper C starting from 7.43% until 10.65% is much more desirable, favorable by the investors, as this portfolio have higher returns and lower standard deviation compared to the lower part of the C, which is the 7% until 4.25%. Alright, so for the last section, we find the Sharpe ratio, Jensen alpha ratio, and also trainer ratio. Okay, so for the first one, we find the Sharpe ratio by subtracting expected return to risk-free rate and divide it by portfolio standard deviation. So we can get, my Sharpe ratio is 1.907. It indicates a good ratio because it is more than 1. And then next, Jensen alpha ratio, we find it by subtracting portfolio return to risk-free rate and plus with beta that already multiply with risk premium, and I get 6.795 for Jensen alpha ratio. Also indicates a good ratio because it is more than 1. And for the last ratio, which is trainer, we subtracting expected portfolio return to risk-free rate and divide by portfolio beta, and the answer is 3.46. Also indicates a good ratio because it is more than 1. That's all from me. Thank you.